Hello friends, I am Arpit and I am here with today's analysis. Today is 13th of March and we are going to deal with three very important topics which are in news. First is Mission Divyastra. Mission Divyastra is all about Agni 5 missile, which happens to be an intercontinental ballistic missile being tested with the MIRV technology. What is MIRV technology? First of all, the full form: multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle. What does this mean? There can be multiple warheads which can be mounted on this missile, and these warheads can strike multiple targets. There can also be a possibility when all these warheads may be striking a single particular target. Now, in traditional missiles, there used to be only one warhead striking one target. But with this MIRV technology, which happens to be more lethal and dangerous, multiple targets can be reached. The MIRV technology is also known to breach the missile defense system of other countries, which makes it more dangerous and lethal. Countries like USA, Russia, France, UK, China, and even Pakistan have developed it. So it was inevitable for India to develop this. Next is Sipri report on arms transfers. Sipri, which happens to be a global think tank which is based in Sweden, releases this report every year. Now, in this year's report also, India happens to be the world's largest arms importer. The arms imports are rising in India. We have a comparison data between 2014 to 18, from there till 2019 to 2023. USA is the world's largest arms exporter. China also exports arms, but majority of Chinese arms goes to Pakistan. These are some of the key findings of this particular report, which we need to take into consideration. And the last is exercise Bharat Shakti. Exercise Bharat Shakti is a tri-service exercise where all the three services, that is the Indian Army, Navy and the Air Force, participate. And they showcase their prowess, their power. This year's Bharat Shakti exercise was conducted in Pokhran. The Prime Minister himself attended this exercise, and multiple, I would say, missile systems or combat capabilities were showcased by all these three, I would say, security forces. So let's get started with the first, that is Mission Divyastra. India on March 11 announced that it had successfully tested a new Agni 5 missile capable of carrying multiple warheads. Now keep this in mind, multiple warheads and striking multiple targets. It was named as Mission Divyastra. So what is unique about this mission? Is Agni 5 unique? No, Agni 5 as a missile we actually successfully launched way back 2012 onwards. But yes, this Agni 5's capability of striking multiple targets, having multiple warheads, is something which is important. And it is something which is unique about it. So the most important thing about this new missile is its integration with its multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle, that is MIRV technology. So that was the unique feature about it. So what is this MIRV technology? We need to understand this. It is nothing but this allows multiple warheads to be loaded on a single missile, and these multiple warheads are programmed to hit different targets, thus greatly enhancing the missile's destructive potential. Now earlier what used to happen on a missile, a single warhead was loaded and the missile used to go and strike the target, a single target where the warhead used to cause destruction. These were the traditional missiles. Now with this new MIRV technology, not only one but multiple warheads can be located on and can be planted on that missile, and when that missile is launched, it has that capability to strike multiple targets, just like the fighter jets have carrying missiles in them, air to surface missiles. So like this also, this missile will be carrying multiple warheads, and these multiple warheads will be programmed to target multiple targets. So that is what makes this more lethal. They can all be made to hit the same location too. It is not like that every time, multiple warheads, if they are there, so they will be striking multiple targets. If we want to create a much intensive impact on a single target, then also we can use this, and all the warheads, multiple warheads will go and strike the single target. Now, has MIRV equipped missile been used anytime till now globally? It has never been used, but it has been developed by many countries. So is MIRV technology new? No, it was developed in the 1960s. United States was the one to develop it. Then Soviet Union followed it. Then apart from it, countries like France, UK and China also developed this. Pakistan is also believed to have developed this. In 2017 and 2023, it tested. The missile of Pakistan is named as Ababil. This is the name of the missile. Like we have tested it on Agni 5, they have tested it on Ababil. The name of this missile is this MIRV equipped missile. So this is not a new technology. We've clearly known by this now. But India needed this. Why India needed this? Because our beloved friends China and Pakistan have this. And if we don't have this, then it would put us at the back foot. And especially when we have that nuclear non-first use policy, means we will not be the first ones to use nuclear weapons. We will only be using nuclear weapons once we are attacked. And this everyone knows, means our neighbors like Pakistan and China knows that we, have this nuclear non-first use policy. But when we are responding to a nuclear attack, then that response should be, top notch. And this MIRV technology definitely will contribute in making our response top notch. This MIRV technology will also act like a deterrence, because with this MIRV technology now developed with us, Pakistan and China know that India also has this MIRV technology. It is better not to use nuclear weapons against India, because in response India will fire those MIRV capable missiles, and multiple, I would say, targets or multiple locations can be attacked. So that is another, I would say, reason why we have developed this. Now, what are the other advantages of MIRV missile? One advantage is that multiple targets can be targeted by multiple warheads planted on that missile system. Another advantage is that this MIRV missile system can penetrate any missile defense system. Now, as the name suggests, missile defense system. There are systems which have been developed by multiple countries including India, that any incoming missile towards you can be detected, and an anti-missile missile can be launched to counter that missile, to destroy that missile in the air. India is also in pursuit of developing it, almost developed it. So this MIRV missile systems, they can penetrate any missile defense system, means missile defense systems will not work on this MIRV loaded missiles. Now, what is missile defense system? It is a system which is a network of technologies aimed at detecting, tracking, intercepting and destroying an incoming missile. It involves the deployment of sophisticated radars which will detect the incoming missiles, communication systems which will send communication signals that a missile is coming towards you, and interceptor missiles, also known as anti-missile missiles. With these missiles, the radar will detect, communication system will communicate to this place where these anti-missile missiles or interceptor missiles are there, interceptor missiles will get launched and will intercept with the incoming missiles and destroy it in the air. That is known as the missile defense system. Now, MIRV missiles are capable of penetrating any missile defense system, means missile defense systems will not work in case of this. Now, this is all we needed to know about MIRV defense systems, MIRV missile systems. But now, since it has been tested on Agni 5, so it is our responsibility to know about Agni missile systems as well, or Agni series missiles also. Now, developed in the 1990s, the first generation Agni missiles were deployed in the armed forces in the mid 2000s. Agni 1 to Agni 4 missiles have ranges between 700 to 3500 kilometers and can carry single payloads weighing between 12 and 40 kilotons. So since they are carrying single payloads, so MIRV will not be applicable on them. Agni 1 to Agni 4. That is why it was tested on Agni 5. Agni 5 version has been equipped with MIRV technology, can travel to more than 5000 kilometers. So its range is also more than this Agni 1 to Agni 4 missiles, and can potentially enter the intercontinental range. Intercontinental range is more than 5000 kilometers. Some experts say more than 5500, but yes, largely it is considered as more than 5000 kilometers. Those missiles which can travel are known as intercontinental ballistic missiles. Agni 5 has been tested several times since 2012 with the new features and capabilities. Last time when it was tested, it was 2022, and it was tested in the night time, that the night capabilities of Agni 5 missiles are there or not. And 2023 prelims, a question was also asked from Agni 5. So hoping that this time from MIRV a question is asked and you are able to answer. The next is Sipri report on arms transfer. Sipri stands for Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, obviously based in Stockholm, Sweden. This is a global think tank which is a renowned, I would say, institution with respect to arms data, arms exports, imports, everything is there with this organization. And it releases a report every year, and according to Sipri's annual report this year, this is released, India is the world's largest arms importer. And this is not new, last year's report also said this. First about Sipri, what is Sipri? It is an independent international institute dedicated to research into conflict, armaments, arms controls and disarmament. It was established in 1966. Sipri is based in Stockholm, Sweden. It is regularly ranked among the most respected think tanks worldwide. What are its missions? To undertake research and activities on security, conflict and peace, provide policy analysis and recommendations, facilitate dialogue and build capacities, promote transparency and accountability. So, all with respect to defense, peace, stability and all. The key highlights of the report: India continues to be the world's largest arms importer. 9.8% of the total arms import worldwide were done by India. Arms import continue to increase. This is something which is concerning. Concerning on two grounds. First ground is that we are talking about being Atmanirbhar, self-dependent. But with this arms imports increasing, we are not moving towards being Atmanirbhar. The second concerning point with respect to this particular fact is that what is the need to import or to increase the import of arms? Are we in a hostile situation? Yes, particularly with respect to China, we are. And this increase in arms imports was seen as a reaction to the conflicts with China, which started happening in 2020, and still the situation is not so, I would say, under control or not so stable. So that situation led to increase of arms imports. So This is something which is concerning. Then Russia remains India's largest arms supplier. 36% of all overall India's imports, arms imports, come from Russia. India has diversified its import basket, however, in the recent past. Particularly, India has started looking towards the West. When I talk about countries like France and USA. Now, Russia is the topmost supplier, followed by USA, followed by France, followed by Israel. These are the top 4 rankings. Now, collectively, if I see France and USA, from these two countries, collectively, 46% of our India's arms import come from these two countries. So, it is like this. India is the world's largest arms importer. So, in that context, India is followed by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Ukraine, Pakistan, Japan, Egypt, Australia, South Korea and China. USA is the world's largest arms exporter. Roughly, I would say 40% of all arms exports in the world are done by USA. China, which is there on this list of arms importers, is also included in exporting arms. And where are the Chinese arms exports going? No doubt about the fact that they're going to Pakistan. But how many of Chinese exports, arms exports, are going to Pakistan? That is something which is, I would say, disturbing, or that we can say that it is an eye-opener. 61% of Chinese total arms exports go to Pakistan. 11% of Chinese arms exports also go to Bangladesh, which clearly increases China's presence in the South Asian region. Not a good news for India. It becomes inevitable now for India to focus on the defense sector, to focus more and more on Atmanirbharta, to focus more and more on Make in India, especially with respect to the defense equipments. And this will not only reduce India's dependence on other countries, but yes, other countries can be dependent upon India in terms of arms trade. Now, the challenges faced by India in I would say increasing its capacity of arms production and all. Now, India has signed strategic partnership with multiple countries, but unfortunately those strategic partnerships are not working. Now, strategic partnerships are those partnerships in which multiple domains of integration are there, like economic integration, cultural integration, or technological integration. But most importantly, security integration should be there to call it a strategic partnership. Security integration simply means that arms manufacturing, arms trade, defense exercises and all should be there. So India has had strategic partnership with multiple countries, but that is not working as of now because India, Make in India projects under strategic partnership have not been materialized. So it is like this. Now, less FDI in defense sector have not been materialized. So very less FDI has come in the defense sector in the last 4-5 years. But overall FDI has increased, but in the defense sector very less has come. Less focus on research and development by India. So we've covered at length what is India's focus on research and development, how much India is spending, how much India should spend. Then inefficiencies in DRDO. We have talked about this also in the last month, that how Defense Research and Development Organization, which happens to be a research and development organization, is indulged in manufacturing, which is actually making it inefficient. So this is what we need to understand, that these are the challenges which are there in the defense sector, in defense manufacturing and all. And now the last piece of news, that is exercise Bharat Shakti. The Prime Minister recently witnessed this tri-service exercise. When I say tri-service means the Indian Army, the Indian Navy and the Indian Air Force. This exercise is named as Bharat Shakti and this happened in Pokhran. Now about Bharat Shakti, what it is? It is an integrated tri-service exercise conducted at Pokhran, Rajasthan, showcasing the progress of indigenously manufactured defense equipments across the three services. So the keyword here is indigenously manufactured defense systems, that is, showcased. The exercise involves showcasing the calibrated tactical employment of niche technology in a tri-service environment against the perceived threats. The exercise displays an array of indigenous weapon systems and platforms. It will also stimulate realistic, synergized multi-domain operations and that can tackle the threats along land, air, sea, cyber and space domains. Now, when I talk about the Army displays T-90 tanks, Dhanush and Sarang gun systems, Akash weapon systems, logistics drones, robotic mules. The Indian Navy displays naval anti-ship missiles, autonomous cargo carrying aerial vehicles and expendable aerial targets. The Indian Air Force showcases indigenous aircraft, light combat aircraft Tejas, light utility helicopters and advanced light helicopters. So this is all what they showcase, and the keyword is that indigenous defense capabilities are showcased. You all might have seen that video also on social media which has been doing the rounds since yesterday, when light combat aircraft Tejas crashed in Jaisalmer. Unfortunately, that incident happened, but yes, things can happen like these. Fortunately, the pilot escaped and he was fit and fine. Nothing to do with this exercise, but yes, since light combat aircraft Tejas came here into picture, thought to talk about that as well. And now, with this, I come to an end of today's session. I will be meeting you tomorrow now with more such informative news pieces. Till then, you guys very well know what to do. Keep studying, keep reading, keep writing, and most importantly, keep revising. Namaste. Jai Hind.